What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Sketchy Peaze coming to another live video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. In this video here, my other video got deleted by accident, unfortunately. But so I'm just gonna talk real quick, briefly. I ain't gonna make it too long a video, since that other video that got deleted was pretty long. It's about almost 20 minutes. But hope everybody's doing okay on this lovely, beautiful Friday. On this Friday afternoon. You know, we back at the park. It's my favorite place now, you know. I get to do a lot of videoing here, get to a lot of thinking here, and, you know, get to have a little peace of mind here a lot. Oh, man. But I just want to make mention that, like I said, I don't know where this world is going to come to an end to. I know it ain't going to certainly come to an end like the whole world's going to just destroy itself. It's going to self-delete itself now. I talk from the inside in. I'm talking about from society. I'm talking about people going to cancel people. That's what I'm referring to. Within the last couple of videos that I've been doing. Yeah. And even from the further back videos I was doing, I was necessarily talking about society self-deleting itself into the society that powers that be truly want. They truly want to hurt us in a way where we won't have a voice no more. It's a tall tirade of society, and they just want the money. Just the money for themselves. Oh, hold up a sec, guys. My chain a bit. They just want the money for themselves, man. And now we're at the finalization of where the New World Order Agenda 21 plan is truly putting its iron venom, its iron grip inside this society that now is the new society. It ain't the old society no more. The old society's dead. And there's going to even be more to old society come 2030. Especially with, if they get our boy Trump there for a fourth term, I don't know, because FDR had a fourth term, and that was also a emergency plan mess with World War II and then the Great Depression. But I don't know. Whereas third term or fourth term, I'm sorry about that, third term. I don't want to say fourth term. Whereas third term, fourth term, I could give a rat's ass about that guy. Really, I do. Well, he's out. That's all I care about. For real, ladies and gentlemen. Brother's boy Sketchy Peaze told it to you. As long as he's gone, get him a boot. And boot out. That's all that matters. That's all it cares. For what truly needs to be the implementation of what God is trying to reset, what God is trying to show us day by day. And, you know, it's sad to see, you know, you got people out here just trying to enjoy themselves and their families and their kids and, you know, loved ones and everything. And, you know, just trying to survive, man. Just to drive to at least live a little extra longer, live another one more day in this life. And, you know, it sucks, man. It does. Because, you know, you got a billionaire that says, oh, life sucks and then you die. That's bullshit. No. Life in stride of being healthy is your wealth. And that's it. Your health is your wealth. And if you don't have that, then with that, between that and God, you in bad shape. You're in bad shape. And the thing about it is that I've been so indebtedly trying to get people to focus on the positives about what's going on, the positives about what's happening out here, the God's call upon everybody's life. And that's all to that. God's call upon everybody's life. And now we live in a world where it's 5-dimensional, characterized by the matrix paradox, trying to figure out which way, where we're gonna go to where, if how things really gonna react to what people might assume to think, or for what God has already seen before it even happens to all of us. And I know some people probably say it's a scary deal though, but trust me, I'll be the one to tell y'all, like I said, I've seen God in front of me, and He talked to me even in my sleep sometime, and showed me how this world really is, man, and how people are. And I got it from my own mom and dad, especially my father. Like I said, he told me that story that he saw an angel at one point in his life when he was really down in his life. I could believe that. I really could. Same thing happened to me. So I mean, like I said, it's not make believe. You know, you got angels, people in human form that are angels, and you got others that are devils too, which are demonic spirits, monitoring spirits. And you know, you have to watch out for those. Like I keep saying, y'all, on this channel, gotta keep your spiritual prayer life up, no matter what you gotta do. And I gotta owe it to myself though, because I didn't get to pray this morning, but I'm gonna pray when I get back home and go to the masjid later. And today is Jummah Friday. For all you Muslim sisters and brothers out there, keep the support up due to this Iran-Israel crisis that's happening. It's all a game. It's all a game to these billionaires. It's all a game to these lobbyists. It's all a game to these soulless people that want to bleed everybody to hell dry from existence. Every living, breathing human being that contributes to this soulless culture and a soulless society and only think about themselves. But you already know where the end result that's going to be. You already know what the end result that's going to be. And that's where people just love to gloss over. They like to gloss over people's weaknesses. Just like the billionaires, they like to hit people's weaknesses, man, like no other. So I just had an incident just last week ago. I had that video about with me and the doll that I had, the little social experiment that I told you guys a long time ago last year, the little hoax thing. Yeah, one of my family members caught on to that and they say, oh, okay. You know, now they're thinking, oh, something else in me. No, I explained myself yet again. For the very last time, as an example. 1, I'm sound-minded. 2, I'm highly intelligent. 3, God has gifted me a lot of things to utilize in my life and to show people in case for what I'm trying to demonstrate. And of course, you know, I would tell any person right now, going beyond the reach of actually, and I'm talking about very reaching to where it's only supposed to be a man and woman and child. I believe that in highest regards. What I don't believe is that killing a child and hurting another human being, no. That's why these all anti-abortion laws and everything else. That don't make me a Republican. I'm just saying from a spiritual aspect of things is try to take care of that child the best way you know how. You try to take care of that adult the best way they know how. If they're disabled, handicapped, mentally retarded, I don't care. But where I'm trying to get at right now is, with you guys, ladies and gentlemen, is that if a person has nobody else in this world except God, and a person is really truly reaching for God, but at the same time don't have nobody in the physical realm of things, another human soul to connect to, then I believe it's okay to have an alternative method in going into that behavior of things, of human nature behavior. I truly do. It ain't devilish. It's not. If a person truly is really alone, and I'm talking about for the lone wolves out there, just like me, that barely don't really have much family, that barely don't have that much support like we're supposed to have, and gotta fend for ourselves to support ourselves, and whatever unique type of alternative support we could find outside of ourselves, which is alhamdulillah, which is a blessing, through other connections of other people. That's why sometimes, in somewhat odd ways, people sometimes more family than family. You guys understand? You guys get me now on that part. But part I'm getting at is, since the future is now, is here, and it's coming more and more by the days, I'm going like 45, 50 years right now into it in this conversation talk. Your robots will be needed for conveniences. Yes, it will be good. But yes, it will be bad. There's always a pros and cons into this life. And I had to really understand that for a very long time, like I've told you guys in my past videos. And I broke it down to you guys as best as I could, as much as I could, as serious as I could. And at this measure of where society is ever changing and ever fast, rapidly, about 55 seconds per minute, one day out, a week at a time, we gotta truly understand, ladies and gentlemen, we are propelling ourselves into the ever castness of the transnubial era of the futuristic modern day century, to where the old world era modern day century is done. And nothing could be undone about that, due to the fact, like I told y'all early in the video, that these greedy billionaires, some that might actually have a slight little heart that would still want to help people, but I really don't believe that too tough at all, though, because they all controlled by a puppet master or an NPC, charlatan Jesuit. But beyond that, like I say, these cats want World War III, man. And I truly, highly do believe that. They want World War III. So, I'm going to title this video, A New World Era of a New World Thinking. Good or not good? That's my title of this video. You guys decide. Like I said, would you rather marry and sleep with a robot wife? Now, I've said that in the past. I said that in the past. And I've seen some of the comments that was made, not too many, maybe one or two or three. Wasn't bad. But I think it would make the conversation go into where God is always involved with everything. So I highly doubt, maybe I ain't gonna say maybe, I just know for a fact that 95% of people's gonna rely on technology like they are now, especially the advanced, more tight robots in the next 50 to 100 years from now. We all know that. I know that for me, in my personal opinion, yes. It's the only thing that things get going. So it makes money that makes money. Roll, flip it, however you can utilize it. So, I don't know if I'm still alive by my maker. Maybe you guys might actually see for the first time I'm actually utilizing those technologies, which I'm kind of using right now, but in a more advanced type set, due to the fact I'm only using it for good of mankind. I'm not using it for bad of mankind. But I'm still going to pray to my God, because I know God is the one that made all this happen. But man, making machines, like I said, that's part of the devil, the mark of the beast. So there's got to be a balance somewhere in that realm. But there's never a balance due to the fact you got these billionaires that think they're gods and they're not. It will never be a balance. It will always be an imbalance. That's why the world's imbalanced and imperfect. Because somebody always want to reach and want to step to the next height of things and try to call themselves that I did this, I stamped that. I took this person's idea and I stamped that. And it wasn't their idea in the first damn place when they took it, because that was somebody else's idea or that originated it, and they're still gifted by God and they're still humbled by God in whatever case may be in their lives, and God is the one that made them make that in business, make that idea and conceptual concept happen for a reason. So all I can say to that is we just need to brace ourselves as to, like the old phrase go, I know you military veterans out there know this phrase, and anybody that's in the military, pray for peace, but prepare for war, because it's already here, and all we gotta do now is to be alert, aware, and be sharp on every level into this new world order that we're now starting to get more accustomed to, into the new normal. Because that whole COVID-19 situation is part of the new world order, and it's part of the plan that was hatched by Mr. Orange, Mr. Trump, and all the rest of them, Biden and the rest of them, everybody in Congress, everybody in that pulpit of politics knows what time it is, especially the ones that knows at the higher ranks, the witches and the warlocks, though, that wants to divide this world into their own world. That's why they use that harp weapon to make weather controlling storms, and wants to play God. And it's a very deceiving and deceptive practice, and deceptive action by deceptive people. So I don't know, you guys take for how it is from this video I have made. Comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. I got the new songs out. I got F the System is out, single. Check that out on iTunes, Spotify Music, and on Amazon Prime Music. You can also check out my other song, Kill Illuminati. That just released, finally. Same. And I got a new album coming out called my B-Sides. The B-Sides Heavy Hitters will be releasing this month, coming into July. And I got the Black Nightmare album's been on delay so far due to my moving situation. That'll be done and completed before, hopefully, my birthday or a little bit after. And you guys can get that on all music platforms. Check out my website, my official musician's website, at sketchofpeace.com, and also my record label site at goddevilrecords.com, and my secondary musician's website at sketchofpeace.shopify.com. Everything is still where it is, live. I'll still be putting new inventory up real soon, but I've been pretty busy, like I've been saying, over the last 2 to 3 months. I haven't really put much inventory in those stores. I haven't been putting much updates onto my store, and I will definitely be putting that up there and posting it as much as possible, as soon as possible, between today, this weekend, and hopefully in the next coming weeks. Thank you guys. We reached 20 minutes. Oh Lord. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Peace, one love. Peace out.